This is an April update on my 112 gallon Average Reef. The first very noticeable thing is there is a new centerpiece coral. Just this week I picked up in Australophyllia Wilsoni, formerly Symphilia Wilsoni. These guys are from Western Australia. There's a little bit of mystery behind them. Some people saying they're hard to keep. They seem to be just a regular meaty LPS. They do come from slightly cooler waters, but other than that, I don't really see what the difference is between them. Here's a bit of a close-up. This coral was cut in half 5 minutes before I bought it. Then it spent 8 hours in a bag and has shown no ill effects. Normally I would quarantine the coral first, at least for a couple of weeks, but there's a couple of reasons why I didn't. One, it's so massive, and even though I did just get rid of 120 frags from my frag tank, I really don't have room for it in there. And two, I run my frag tank a little bit warmer. Here I'm adjusting the light a little bit. I don't really run my tank super blue. I don't know why. So all the colors don't really show up in the video. I'm really liking this piece though. Otherwise, I'm really noticing there's not a lot of room for new corals. Yes, I did just add a huge colony, but even for frags, I did pick up a few other small things, but they're in the frag tank simply because I can't find space for them, or at least ideal space. I had to push back the one toadstool, so it's all closed up between the kenya trees. However, I'm happy to say these guys finally seem to be getting bigger. Normally they don't get this big, they start self-propagating, but they haven't dropped frags in a while. I'm still planning on moving this Australophyllia that's surrounded by soft corals. That one open spot is reserved for it. I just need to adjust the lighting and do a few things first. My frog spawn still doesn't look great, but it hasn't died. Maybe it is just getting too much flow. Although the hammer right beside it is looking fantastic. My cabbage coral continues to grow, and the hawkfish loves to perch on it. I did have a bit of an issue with this gani as well. It closed up for about a week, but it seems to be back to normal now. This isn't really a red flag, this is how it should look, but my Petit Mia almost never deflates. Typically they do look more like this, but mine is always puffy. You can see the new eyes growing on it quite well though when it's deflated. And this Monty cap is back from the dead. It's growing quite nice. I guess a speck of it just survived. And the Pom Pom Zena is starting to grow over the overflow teeth, so I'm gonna have to frag that too. Here's my little baby Australophyllia that spawned up here. Another couple of months, it's probably going to reach the water surface. It wasn't too long ago that I could see the dendros, but they're again covered by other soft corals in front of them. So that's more cutting that needs to be done. The side is still my favorite view. You can see there are a couple of little spots, but really the tank is full. I don't have any plans on upgrading this tank. I want to be in a forever house before I have a forever tank, so I'm probably going to look at getting some more frag tanks or a bigger frag tank in the near future. These green mushrooms, they're really taking off too. They're actually quite nice, but they're a real pain to attach to things. I'm going to have to start cutting them though, as I don't want them growing over my branching Cyphastria, which is one of my all-time favorite pieces. This pink lepta is finally starting to grow. It's nothing like this blue one, but it is starting to take off, so maybe it will catch up with it eventually. You can see just to the right, there's another little Australophyllia. Sorry, a little bit of shaky camera work. Here's another example of all the corals growing into each other. At least the green Acro is looking better each month after looking worse each month for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. But here it's just nothing but corals growing into corals growing into corals. I was lucky that I was able to get rid of about 120 frags. I basically sold them wholesale when I went down to the Toronto area. That allowed me to buy that nice Wilsoni coral, as well as a few other pieces. In the not too distant future, I will be making some more changes, and hopefully I'll find some space for those new frags too. Thanks for watching, and happy reefing.